Is Madame Taco Georgette. Actually, she is the technical advisor of gender-based violence of HaRO Hope and Rehabilitation Organization. She's been like a consultant in this organization, and she has always been heading this department and guarding HaRO. Now, when this incident occurred, she was called by the mother of this victim, and she had to talk to the mother. Let's listen to what she really said and what happened. Madam Joseph.
Okay, actually, Madam Ibako Grace contacted me around the 28th of February to tell me that her daughter had been raped, that alleged rape. At that time, I was in the DEA. We were having a workshop on training of trainers on clinical management of rape. So we're training some medical doctors from the south, from the northwest, from littoral and central region. So when she contacted me, I told her that what we have to treat as urgency now is the health of the child, that we needed to do the clinical management. So I referred her to one of the hospitals around here in Yaoundé that does clinical management of rape. Because normally it's not everywhere that you go that you find all the services. So we have these health facilities around that we've trained people around on how to provide clinical management of rape. So I sent her there, and I contacted the focal person there. Yeah. And when the baby got, when they got there, they needed to run some tests, some medical examinations on her. It's true that she made me know that the daughter had been raped since November, and that the person or the suspected perpetrator tried again in February twice and did not succeed. So it was traumatizing this little girl. And thanks to sensitization from HaRO members, she had to open up, because when it happened, the little girl did not talk to her mother. But when
Madam, you are studying this video.
when the colleagues of HaRO went there to sensitize the little children, this girl had the courage to speak out. So when she spoke out, they had to contact the mother, and the mother called me. So what I told the mother was that it's true that it happened since November, but we could still test her for STIs and HIV. So I directed her to Hospital Central, where she went, and I put her in contact with the focal person there. So while they were there, since we have placed some post-rape kits there, everything that was done on the child was free. They had to run tests on syphilis, hepatitis B, hepatitis C, and even HIV. So all of that, thanks to God, came out negative. And then after that, they placed the child on some antibiotics. And then now, since we always use a survival-centered approach, I asked her, what do you want next? Now that medically the child is like, clinically the child is okay, is not having STIs and all of that. We needed to refer her to a gynecologist, a trained gynecologist who did the physical examination. Because when in cases of sexual violence or alleged rape, they need to examine the survivor to see some certain things, because it's from those examinations, from what they see, that we can actually determine if there was penetration or not. So they took the little girl to this gynecologist, who is presently my gynecologist. He did the physical examination, and he actually attested that the hymen of the little girl is no longer in place. And one of the things we know is that when a woman or a young girl has been fully penetrated, you cannot find the hymen any longer. Whereas a young girl at 8 years normally should have the hymen in place. So unfortunately, there was no trauma. The vagina was not traumatized, because the act had occurred since November. Had it been they had gone to the hospital earlier, maybe they could see the trauma, the lesions and all of that. Nothing was there, nothing was present like trauma, but the hymen was no longer in place. So that's why we could really rightfully conclude that the suspected rapist penetrated her fully. That's why she's no longer having any hymen. So after that, she also wished, or she had the desire to, like any mother would have, to want to see justice done to her daughter. So she decided that she would want to press charges. So she also went further to contact one other organization that they call ILBF, and they had to refer her to some of the commissioners around. So she went to the commissariat around where she lives, because normally she goes to the commissariat, the closest commissariat to your neighborhood. So she went there and deposited a complaint. All of this was happening, I was still in Idea. So each time she took any step, she would call me and tell me that this is what we've done so far. So when she deposited a complaint, it took some days, like 2-3 days. The alleged perpetrator was arrested. But unfortunately, the following day, the perpetrator was back in the neighborhood.
Meaning he was released?
He was released. He just spent a night in the cell, and he came out the next day. And then it's really traumatizing for the family, because the perpetrator lives next door. It's a close neighbor. It's a next door neighbor. So that's where we are now as far as the issue is concerned. And then another traumatizing thing is that they are like, the little girl has to be examined by another gynecologist. And we all know that in cases of gender-based violence or sexual violence, you don't have to repeatedly submit the child to physical examinations, because it's like double trauma for the child. So, but however, we are planning to go there as a team, maybe in the coming days, to look for a way forward to this issue, because it is unacceptable that we have people like that in our communities, and our little girls are endangered, because there's nobody who is like safe when we have people like that in the community. And we all know that the Cameroonian Penal Code in its Article 296 stipulates that if a man forces a girl to have sex with a girl, or if there's any sexual intercourse without the consent of the victim, the person is supposed to be in jail 5 to 10 years imprisonment. That is the provision on the penal code. But we don't know. We are really like surprised to see that things are managed this way. But like I said, in the coming days we'll see what we can do as activists to continue to press forth so that justice should be done to this little girl and her family.
Thank you very much, madam. That is Madam Taku Georgette, who is the technical advisor of gender-based violence in HaRO organization. That is Hope and Rehabilitation Organization precisely. You have heard from the horse's mouth, and we are counting on people of goodwill to do the right thing, people of good conscience to stand up for the truth and make sure that justice is done in the case of this little girl. Thank you very much. This was Fritz Kwamenti, the National Coordinator of HaRO.